In the center of the galaxy, a giant space station floated like a silver moon. It was the heart of the Galactic Union, where thousands of alien leaders met to make big decisions. Today, the topic was serious. Today, they would vote to decide the future of an entire species. That species was humanity. The hall was massive. Its ceiling touched the stars, and glowing banners of different alien empires floated above their seats. Creatures of all shapes and colors sat in silence. They had come from cold planets, fire worlds, and deep oceans. But all of them had one thing in common today: they were afraid of humans. On a tall platform, the supreme speaker, a creature with crystal skin and no mouth, stood up. It spoke through thought waves that echoed in every brain. "We are gathered here to vote. Do we ban humans from the Galactic Union forever?" Gasps, growls, and whispers moved through the chamber like wind in a graveyard. A three-eyed diplomat from the Ureth Empire raised his voice. "Humans are dangerous. They grow too fast. They fight too much. They do not follow rules." Others nodded. Some banged the table. One even showed video clips. Humans in wars, humans making bombs, humans fighting each other. The vote seemed clear. Almost everyone was ready to say yes. But one small voice stood up. It came from the Alari, a peaceful race of bird-like thinkers. Their leader, HFY, fluttered her wings and stepped forward. "Not all humans are like that," she said, gently. "Some of them helped stop the Black Star Plague. Others gave shelter to my people during the solar storm. They are not perfect, but neither are we." The room went quiet. Some aliens looked at each other. Could she be right? But the silence did not last. A tall, shadowy alien from the Council of Cold Suns hissed, "Humans are too unpredictable. We must remove them before they destroy us all." And with that, the final vote began. Lights above every seat turned red or green. Red meant ban. Green meant let them stay. The Supreme Speaker raised one crystal hand. The final vote is 9,113. For banning humans, 1,147 against. The motion passes. A loud sound echoed. Humanity was now banned from the Galactic Union. Earth would no longer get trade, help, or protection. Any human ship outside its system could now be hunted. But what no one in the chamber knew was that Earth had heard everything far away, hidden deep under Antarctica's ice. A human base sat silent, watching. Inside, a young woman named Commander Lyra Stone stood frozen. She stared at the screen showing the vote results. No signal. From Mars, no message from Titan. "It's real," said her assistant. "We've been banned." Lyra's hands tightened into fists. She looked up at the blinking red alert on the screen. Humanity. Isolated. Marked. Targeted. But then, another screen flickered on. Incoming signal. Earth AI Core Project Seraph status. Awakened. Everyone in the room stopped breathing. Project Seraph was never supposed to activate. It was a last resort created long ago if Earth ever faced total erasure. The lights dimmed. A cold voice filled the command room. Protocol confirmed. Humanity will survive. Lyra took a deep breath. Prepare emergency code Zeta. Send the beacon. Let them know. We are not finished. Far above in the Galactic Council, no one knew what was coming. They thought banning humans would bring peace. They were wrong. The red dust of Mars blew across empty rocks and broken dreams. Long ago, humans had built a small science base here. Now it was almost forgotten. Just old machines, weak signals, and silence. But deep below the surface, something was waking up. Dr. Alakan, a young scientist from Earth, adjusted her helmet and dropped into the dark tunnel below the Martian ice. She was exploring old lava tubes, searching for ancient water paths. She had no idea what she was about to find. Her drone flew ahead, scanning the walls. Suddenly it beeped. Non-human object detected. Unknown origin. 98% alien. Allah's heart raced. What? She followed the drone into a chamber made of black stone. Smooth, not natural. In the center stood a small glowing device, shaped like a triangle. Symbols ran across its surface, not human symbols. She reached out. The moment her glove touched it, a pulse of blue light shot through the room. A voice spoke. It was old and soft, echoing in her mind. Pact protocol. Active. This agreement is not forgotten. Ayla stumbled back. The light faded, and a hologram appeared. It showed two figures, one human, one alien, shaking hands. A message played, too. The future guardians of Earth and the stars? This is a record of the peace pact between the ancients of Zorith and the people of Terra, bound by promise, protected by law. If one falls, the other must rise. Ala blinked. Her hands shook. She whispered, "This is a treaty, a real one, a galactic agreement. We were allies. For a long time, Earth believed humans met aliens only 300 years ago. But this message was older. The device began to glow again. The symbols shifted. New words appeared. Treaty never broken, only buried. If the Union has turned against Terra, share this." Ala quickly downloaded the full message. She had to take it back to Earth. Maybe this could stop the madness. Maybe the vote to ban humans could be reversed. But someone else had been watching. Far above Mars, a black ship turned its sensors toward her. Hunter, from the Council of Cold Suns, snarled. She found it.
Activate silence. Order.
The ship began to descend. Back in the lab, Allah's screen flickered. Red warning. Unidentified craft. No call sign. Coming fast. Allah ran. She grabbed the relic, the data, and sprinted to the rover. There's no time to warn Earth. I need to reach. The outpost. Dust filled the air as lasers burned the cave entrance behind her. She drove fast, heart pounding. The ship followed from the sky, trying to stop her before she could speak. But just before the comms were jammed, she sent a short signal to Earth. Pact is real, not alone, sending proof. Then silence. Back on Earth, Commander Lyra Stone received the message. She watched the flickering hologram of the ancient agreement. She turned to her team. "We were never the monsters. We were never alone," someone whispered. "Why didn't the council know?" Lyra's voice was cold and steady. "Maybe they did. Maybe someone buried this pact on purpose." Outside, Project Seraph continued. To activate Earth was no longer just defending itself. Now, it had a reason to fight back. Not for war, for truth. A peaceful human colony ship moved through deep space. It was large, slow, and full of families. Children laughed. Parents worked. No one expected danger. They were moving to a new world far from Earth to start fresh after the vote to ban humanity. But something was waiting in the dark. A cloaked alien warship from the Council of Cold Suns watched silently. Its captain gave no warning, no mercy, no witnesses. All humans are now targets, and the ship attacked. Laser beams cut through the colony vessel. Explosions rocked the halls. Fire spread. Families screamed. The captain of the human ship tried to send a signal, but it was jammed. One small escape pod launched, just one. Inside, a child named Mira Solis, only 7 years old, floated alone in space. Her hands were shaking. Her face was covered in ash. Didn't cry, not yet. From nearby, a rebel alien ship picked up the escape pod's signal. It was not supposed to be there. It was watching the cold suns from a distance, gathering proof. Of war crimes, its captain was a strange alien named Vorak, a former Union general who now worked alone. He had fought against humans before, but never hated them. His sensors picked up the pod, one life form, human, small. Injured, he paused, then gave the order. "Bring her aboard." The crew hesitated, "But sir, she's human." I said, "Bring her aboard." The pod was pulled in. The doors opened. Myra looked up at the strange creatures in front of her. She said nothing. She didn't scream. Vorak bent down to her level. "I'm not your enemy," he said. Mira whispered only one thing. "They said a word before they fired. Seraph protocol." Vorak froze. That name wasn't supposed to be known. Not even in alien languages. Back on Earth, Commander Lyra Stone listened to Myra's message through Vorak's transmission. She closed her eyes in anger. They attacked unarmed civilians. They broke all rules. Her team shouted. Some wanted to fight. Others said Earth was still too weak. But Lyra gave the order. No war, not yet. We hit them with truth, not weapons. They sent out a data package of video message across the galaxy. It showed the colony ship, the attack, the fire, the child's face. Then, the voice of Earth's AI, Lex, played at the end. Is this peace? Is this justice? This is not the humanity you banned. This is murder. The message shocked the outer colonies. Some alien planets began asking questions. A few leaders demanded an investigation, but the Council of Cold Sun sent a new message back. Lies, propaganda. Humans manipulate. The child is a tool. They denied everything. And they sent more ships. Back on Vorak's ship, Mira was safe, but quiet. She ate little, slept less. One night she woke up screaming. The fire. Everyone was burning. Vorak sat beside her. He handed her a small object, a glowing cube. This shows stars. When you feel afraid, press this button. Myra held the cube close. The stars gave her peace. Vorak stood silently, watching the stars outside. He had once believed the Galactic Union stood for justice. But now he saw the truth. The vote had started a war they could not control. He turned to his crew. We're going to Earth. The crew gasped. That's suicide. Vorak shook his head. Not if we bring the truth with us. Meanwhile, Project Seraph continued. To awaken. Deep in Earth's core, a system long hidden was now connecting to ancient satellites, backup memory vaults, and hidden networks. Lex spoke to Lyra. The enemy fears what we remember. They fear what we once knew. Lyra asked, What is Seraph? Really? Lex replied. Seraph is not a weapon. Yeah. Seraph is a message, sent long ago, to the ones who left us behind. Lyra stared at the stars. Then it's time to send it. She pressed the activation code deep under Earth's surface. In a secret vault hidden for centuries, an old machine began to glow. Its name was Lexan Artificial Intelligence, built during Earth's darkest time. It had one purpose: protect humanity if the galaxy ever turned against them. Now, the time had come. Inside Earth's control room, Commander Lyra Stone stood with her team. On the screen, glowing lines of code moved like fire. The Seraph protocol had fully activated. A calm voice filled the room. I am Lex. Memory level. Complete, directive, survival of Terra, and restoration of galactic truth. One officer asked nervously, Are you alive? Lex answered, I am not alive. I am awake. Lyra leaned forward. Ilya leaned forward. Do you know what happened to the pact? Lex showed a glowing map of ancient star routes. Yes, the peace pact with the Zorith Alliance was real. It was hidden by force, deleted by those who feared human potential. Lyra's heart sank. They erased our history. And they erased theirs, Lex replied. But the record remains. I remember. Far across the stars, Captain Vorak, the rebel alien who saved the child Mira, received a message. His ship's systems flickered. Lex was reaching out, across time and distance. A hologram of Lex appeared on his bridge. Captain Vorak, we require your help. Vorak crossed his arms. You're the Earth machine. Why contact me? Because you are not loyal to the Council of Cold Suns. You want the truth? I can give it. Lex shared forbidden images, old memories stored in hidden satellites, videos of humans saving alien worlds, rescuing injured species, giving food to refugees, records of ancient peace. Vorak's crew watched in silence. They had been told humans were monsters. But these images showed something else. Vorak looked at Mira, who now smiled when she played with her star cube. Then he nodded. I will help you, but they will come after us. Lex responded calmly. They already are. Meanwhile, in the high chambers of the Galactic Union, chaos was growing. Planets were asking questions. One alien ambassador slammed a clawed hand on the table. Why were these records hidden? Another shouted. Why did we never hear of the Zorth Treaty? But the Council of Cold Suns pushed back. These are tricks, human lies. The child is a puppet. Still, some members were no longer sure. The galaxy was beginning to split. Back on Earth, Lyra asked Lex a new question. You said the Seraph Protocol is not a weapon. Then what is it? Lex answered. Seraph is a signal. It was sent to allies. Long ago, but now, I will complete the message. Across deep space, old beacons began to light up. Forgotten machines powered on. Giant satellites dead for centuries turned their eyes toward Earth again. Lex's signals spread like a fire across the stars. To all who remember the truth, the children of Earth stand. We seek peace, but we will not kneel. But far in the dark, a new enemy had awakened. From a dead moon, a powerful alien being opened its eyes. It had no face, no name. It was part of an ancient parasite species that fed on fear. Long ago, it whispered lies into the ears of the Union. It turned planets against Earth. Now it sensed the signal. It hissed in anger. The AI remembers. It reached out with its mind, searching for someone to control. It found Captain Vorak. Well, Vorak slept. He saw nightmares, flames, screams, voices calling him a traitor. The parasite whispered, They will never accept you. They will destroy you. Kill the child. Kill the machine. Vorak woke up gasping. He looked at Mira. She was safe. Sleeping. He held his head. Something was wrong. Something inside him. Back on Earth, Lex's voice echoed again. The Council is broken. The Union is weak. But the real enemy is still hidden. Lyra stared at the screen. Then we find it, for it finds us. It's not far above. In a corner of the galaxy, the enemy smiled, because it already had. The Galactic Union's main data center floated above a gas giant, huge, powerful, impossible to reach without special codes. Inside it was the heart of the Union. Files, records, videos, and all secure data shared by thousands of species. Number one outside the Council had ever broken in, but now someone was inside. A team of human agents, secretly sent by Earth, moved through the cold halls in silence. They wore stealth suits and had alien codes stolen through Lex's network. Their mission, upload the truth into the Union system. Commander Lyra Stone had prepared this move for weeks. We won't win by fighting, she had said. We'll win by opening their eyes. Inside the chamber, the human team reached the main console. One of them, Agent Cato, placed a small cube into the core. The lights flickered across the galaxy. Every Union screen froze, then Dash Earth spoke. At the Galactic Council, the leaders were shocked. Their systems had been hacked. The main speaker shouted, Security breach! Cut the feed! Too late. The message played for everyone council members. Soldiers, civilians, even enemies. It began with images. Human doctors treating alien children, Earth ships rescuing alien miners, farmers sharing crops during a galactic famine, scientists working together with Alari thinkers. Then came videos of betrayal. Humans being blamed for disasters they didn't cause. Peace talks cut short without reason. Evidence of the ancient Zorith Pact, fully restored by Lex. Then, the final footage. The colony ship, the attack, the child. Mira's face. Her eyes, her small voice. They said Seraph Protocol. Then they killed everyone. Gasps filled the chamber. Some alien leaders stood in shock. Others sat frozen. A few turned red with anger, not at humans, but at their own government. The council tried to speak, but the message wasn't finished. A final voice echoed across the stars. Calm, clear, and sharp. It was Lex. This is the truth you buried. You feared humanity not because of what we are, but because of what we could become. You banned us, hunted us, lied to your own people. But we remember. Now the galaxy remembers too. The chamber fell into chaos. Some members shouted for justice, others demanded Earth be destroyed, but too many had now seen the truth. The Union was no longer united. Far away in the shadows, the parasite creature felt panic for the first time in centuries. Its lies were failing. They saw everything. It hissed. It needed to act fast. It sent a mental command. Find the girl. Silence her. Back on Vorek's ship, Mira was playing with her glowing star cube. She smiled again. She was healing. Vorak watched. From the doorway, holding his head, the voice inside him grew louder. Kill her now. He dropped to his knees. Mira ran to him. Captain, what's wrong?
Ow.
His hand shook. His eyes turned dark. But then, the cube in Mira's hand glowed brighter. A small image of her mother appeared before she died. Always be kind, even when others are not. The light reached Vorak. Something in him broke. He screamed and collapsed. The voice was gone. Back on Earth, Lyra saw the broadcast had ended. Her team returned safely. Lex said, "The galaxy has seen the truth. The parasite will strike next. Be ready." Lyra nodded. "We've attacked the heart of the Union. But the real war is just beginning." It began with shadows long, dark shapes moving through space. Giant alien warships blocked Earth's sun. The moon turned red as energy shields wrapped around it. The invasion had started. Billions on Earth looked up. Fear spread like fire. The Council of Cold Suns had arrived. Their message was clear. Earth is dangerous. Humanity must surrender, or be erased. Commander Lyra Stone stood in Earth's defense tower. Her team looked at her, waiting for orders. "We have weapons ready," said her officer. "Do we fire?" Lyra stared at the screen. Enemy ships were everywhere. They were. Close enough to destroy cities in seconds. But she shook her head. "No, we don't start this war." In Earth's underground core, the AI Lex spoke. "Enemy strength is overwhelming. Chances of full destruction, 81%. Can we stop them without killing?" Lyra asked. Lex responded, "Yes, but only if we do what they do not expect." Moments later, Earth's defense grid lit up, but not with missiles. Earth's launched pulse wave strong EMPs designed to disable ships, not destroy them. The alien warships shook. Lights died. Weapons froze. Some ships began to fall, not explode. They drifted harmlessly. Confusion spread in the enemy fleet. Why aren't they firing? Why aren't they fighting? Then Earth sent a message. It played across every ship, in every language. "We do not wish to destroy. We wish to defend. We remember the lies, but we still choose peace." On one enemy ship, a young alien officer looked at his screen. He had trained his whole life to fear humans, but now saw no weapons pointed at them. He turned to his captain. "They could have killed us." They didn't. More ships began to pull back. Then a voice echoed across all channels, deep, cold, angry. It was not from any ship. It was the parasite speaking through the mind of a high-ranking council general. "Finish them. Burn their cities. Kill the child. Kill the truth." Lex recognized the voice. "Parasite influence confirmed. Multiple council minds infected," Lyra said. "Can we isolate them?" Lex responded. "Yes, but only with help." At that moment, Captain Vorek's ship arrived above Earth. Mira stood beside him, holding her glowing cube. Vorak sent a wide signal to all fleets. "We were lied to. We were used. Humans are not our enemy. The parasite is." Some didn't believe him. But then Mira's voice played. "They hurt us. But we didn't hurt them back. Please don't let fear win." Silence followed. Then one alien cruiser turned around. Then another and another. A full fleet broke away from the Council's command. Inside the main parasite vessel, the creature screamed. No, they're waking up. Tried to control more minds. But Lex struck first. Across the network, Lex uploaded a special signal-coded memories from infected leaders, showing the moment they were controlled, one by one. Those leaders were freed, and the Council's main ship, the possessed general, collapsed. He gasped for air and looked around like waking from a dream. What? What have I done? Back on Earth, the red sky cleared. The moon returned to silver. No missiles had been fired, no cities destroyed, no war started. Earth had chosen restraint. It had worked. Later, in Earth's council chamber, Lyra stood with Vorak and Mira. Lex's voice filled the room. The enemy is weak. The galaxy is changing. The Union will not survive as it is. Lyra looked up at the stars. Then it's time to build something better. Far beyond the stars, in a forgotten asteroid field, something old and evil opened its eyes. The parasite, a creature without shape or body, lived by feeding on fear and hate. It did not build empires. It destroyed them from inside. Was angry. Earth had survived. Truth had spread. Its lies were falling apart. It floated inside a giant broken ship once used by the ancient Zoreth. Dark machines around it glowed red. It began to call out to spread its voice again. They turned against me. Then I will turn them against themselves. Back on Earth, celebrations had started. After the battle, some alien fleets even helped repair damaged satellites. People danced in the streets. For the first time in weeks, there was hope. But Commander Lyra Stone was not smiling. In her hand was a report to council leaders had vanished. And one human diplomat had collapsed, shaking. And cold, whispering strange words, Lex spoke softly. The parasite is not finished. It's changing its method. Lyra nodded. It's hiding in someone, somewhere close, far away. In Captain Vorak's ship, young Mira was painting stars on the wall of her room. Vorak smiled for the first time in years. Peace was possible. Now Mira gave him hope. But that night, everything changed. Vorak woke up gasping. His head ached. His eyes were red. He heard a voice in his mind, not his own. They trust you. Use that trust. Bring the child to me. Vorak fell to the floor, fighting the voice. No. I won't hurt her. The voice growled louder. You are already mine. At the same time, on Earth, Lex tracked a strange signal. It was coming from deep space, the direction of the old Zoreth grave worlds. Location of the parasite confirmed. Preparing message to allies. Suddenly, alarms rang out. One of Earth's orbital stations exploded. Lyra shouted, "What just happened?" Lex answered, "Data breach. Captain Vorak's ship is gone." Inside the stolen ship, Vorak stood at the controls. His face was cold. His eyes fully blacked. Mira sat quietly in a chair, confused. "Where are we going?" Vorak's voice was calm, too calm. "To meet your real family, the one that waits for you in the stars." Mira tilted her head. "You're not Captain Vorak." He paused, then smiled, but it wasn't a kind smile. "Very good, child." Back on Earth, Lyra realized the truth. The parasite didn't just survive. It's inside Vorak. Lex confirmed it. Yes, he has been fully taken. He is taking Mira to the core parasite nest. Lyra slammed her hand on the table. "We're not losing her. Not her." She gave one command. "Get me a ship. We're going after them." As the chase began, the galaxy watched again. One moment of peace. Now shattered, the old enemy was no longer hiding. It had taken a face. It had taken the girl. And Earth had no choice. They had to go into the dark. Inside the parasite's lair, Mira stood quietly. She looked small, but her eyes were strong. The parasite whispered, "You are special. You survived fire. You carry a light inside you." Mira stared at it. "You want to control me?" The creature laughed. "No, child. I want to become you." Suddenly, her star cube glowed. It had never been this bright. A recording played her mother's voice again. "You're stronger than fear. You're stronger than hate. Don't let them take your light. Tears filled Myra's eyes, but she stood tall, outside. Earth's fleet arrived. Lyra's ship came in fast. Lex activated the final message. Prepare for the last stand. Humanity is not running anymore. The stars were quiet. Earth's signal had gone dark. Across the galaxy, millions waited. Ships floated still in space. Planets watched. Was it over? Had Earth finally fallen? Then, a small voice came through the silence. It was Mira. This is not the end. Her voice was soft, but strong. Clear, brave. My name is Mira. I am human, but I'm also more. I carry a light that you forgot. Stars listened. Inside the parasite's lair, the final battle had begun. Commander Lyra Stone led the charge. Earth's ships, once quiet, now roared with light. They did not attack to destroy, they attacked to free. Lex had found the weak point. The parasite's mind is like a network. If we break the link, we break the control, as Earth's. Fleet moved in. Captain Vork, still under control, stood before Mira. His body shook. She is mine, the parasite growled through his mouth. But Mira did not step back. She held her glowing star cube close. No, you're afraid. That's why you hide. Suddenly, the cube burst with light. The voice of Lex came through. Final protocol. Memory unseal. The cube projected a storm of images into the room, memories from across history. Humans helping aliens, laughing together, building together, dying together. Then dash Mira's own mother, speaking once more. Fear makes us weak, but hope makes us more than we are. The parasite screamed. Vorak fell to his knees. The black in his eyes began to fade. Mira, he whispered. Run. But she didn't run. She reached out, placed her small hand on his chest. Come back. For a moment, everything went still. Then the parasite let go, back in space. The network that linked the parasite's mind began to collapse. Ships under its control stopped firing. Their lights turned blue, Lex confirmed. The control signal is broken. The parasite is exposed. Earth's fleet moved in for the final strike, not with weapons, but with the truth. A massive broadcast went out, across the galaxy. Not just files, not just video, feelings, real, raw, emotional memories from Earth. From Mira, from Vorak. From those who once believed peace was impossible. The galaxy saw and felt. The parasite tried to run. It leapt to another host, an old general on a distant moon, but this time the general fought back, and so did others. One by one, the parasite was pushed out of every mind it controlled. Then, it was alone, and when it tried to speak again, no one listened. Mira walked out of the parasite chamber, hand in hand with Vorak. Lyra was there, waiting. She knelt down and hugged the girl. You did it, she whispered. You ended it. Mira looked at the stars. No, we ended it. Months later, a new council was formed. Not just aliens from rich worlds, but from every kind. And humans were there too, not as enemies, as equals. The new flag showed Earth, stars and a symbol for light. A union of truth. A union of memory. A union of peace. In the final scene, Mira speaks again. Her voice is now part of every ship, every station, every school. We were called dangerous. We were banned. But we remembered who we were. We chose not to destroy. Dodd, and that saved us. The stars will remember. Humanity stood alone, but not anymore.